And yep, we are live. Good evening everyone and welcome CPL Action Season 6 Week 8. Tonight we've got a special guest with us, Alpha Sef85, team leader from Loni is gonna join me, DragPL with commentary for tonight matches.
I look forward to it. Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you here. Thank you for joining. First game tonight, opening game, X-Pain against BWP2. BWP2 ready from some time. X-Pain is still waiting for one more player. Hopefully he will manage in time, especially because already we introduced the rules that they shouldn't have any issues with the players currently. So it would be a disappointment if they would have to play in 4.
Well, I'm sure knowing X-Pain, they'll bring their 5th.
Last minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost Town tonight, Ghost Town. This means this is gonna be a really close quarter battle. So we got some interesting looking setups and 4 games on Ghost Town. I believe we're gonna rock this one.
It'll be interesting to see what each team does. Ghost Town is one of those maps you can really, there are a lot of different ways you can attack on Ghost Town. It'll be very interesting.
Oh yeah. Especially that it has been slightly changed in compared to what it was before.
Oh yeah.
In the storm mode, so it can be interesting.
Hopefully X-Pain brings their 5th.
Oh yeah. They don't have much time left.
Nope.
Nearly there. Come on guys.
This is always the most anxious part, waiting.
4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we'll switch us to spectators and give them 60 seconds to pick up the tanks. Good evening, so welcome our viewers on Twitch. Hello everyone, welcome. Yeah, the X-Pain's got the 5th player in the last second. Probably he will manage to pick up the tank on time.
Oh, that's cutting it close.
Yeah, time is ticking.
Oh, and BWP changes from what they've normally done.
Oh, he managed!
Oh.
15 seconds
Wow.
before the time. Wow, well played. Alright, let's roll out tonight. X-Pain against BWP2. Haha, this is gonna be some awesome stuff now. That was like last second.
Made me nervous.
Oh, we're right, and how are you guys? Great cheers for all the viewers. You can clearly join us on Twitch live, and you can heckle your teams that you do not favor. You can cheer the teams you favor. You can give your concerts. We're gonna try and drop some stuff about in the breaks. But let's check the rosters. X-Pain, Enamio, WZ132, Dreamford, IS3, Alvaro, Ruiza, T32, Francisco, Emil 1, Sharon Fire, Carnarvon, BWP, Simon, IS3, Merfpak, T32, Rudy, 50 TP Prototype, Dobry Duszek, Lev Black, SB Banek, Nomad. Yeah, definitely BWP got much more slower tanks on that map. But this map is, like I said, small and close quarter battles, so it may work. Still, X-Pain's got the light tank to check out for enemies. We can clearly see Hamio down there trying to spot out the BWP. I think the BWP is gonna put everything on a one card. What do you think? You know, like rush in with 5 tanks. Trading fire here is difficult, and if they're gonna spot each other now, this is gonna, yeah, they did. This is gonna be difficult for them as well. My F-pack miss, but
X-Pain needs to prevent BWP from getting to J0. If BWP is able to put a tank at J0, that would cause them a lot of problems.
Yeah, that's definitely disaster. But check for Enhamio. He's trying to sneak behind Benek. Yeah, he's gonna get on the back of Nomad. Yeah. But he didn't shoot him. Oh, I can't believe it.
Oh, the wasted.
Oh, the wasted occasion. Yeah, that's a opportunity that shouldn't happen. Yeah, nice shot from Dreadford. And Simon focus.
Oh.
But they managed to pull 3 tanks. There's an Hamio trying to shot the Nomad. I can see Nomad got some serious damage now. But now they're pushing Drainford. Oh, difficult situation for him.
He's going to have to hold out.
Yeah. He's in crossfire now. Luckily, Dobroduszek and Nomad stayed behind because Hamio keeps them occupied, so the Drainford can stay here. Yeah. Time is ticking. Time is working in the favor of X-Pain. So yeah. Clearly, BWP too, like we can see, play much more slowly with them tanks. You can see clearly, yeah. So no rush.
Oh, Jamio got a hit in.
Yeah. Benek is looking. Benek is going after the info. Check this out. Check this out. Oh, he missed. He missed. Now he got him. Yep. Another one. 4. And on reload. Benek on reload now. Oh. So Nomad on reload. Where's Hamio? Oh.
Dreamford sorted.
Yeah. Yep. That was possible. Rudy's got only 310 HP. If they will manage to hit him, he's done. Simon is done. Oh, now that's 1 point for BWP already, but that's not much. 1 point and only 1 minute 50 seconds left to the end.
And now X-Pain's basically hold down.
And that's it. Rudy has been done. So yeah, X-Pain is holding. Yeah, that was a good choice that Hamio managed to like just hold them 2 tanks from behind. Yeah. That gave X-Pain a lot of the time here. But they are gonna push on the flag. Yes, they are in a circle now. That's a pressure. That's a massive pressure. I don't know why Hamio is waiting. Oh, he's trying to punish. Ooh. Oh, Amorak damage on Nomad. One more shot and Nomad is done. Gunner. Yeah, he's done.
Oh, and Nomad's done.
Dobroduszek on here. Mervpak there is trying to push. I don't think BWP was gonna pull something better here. Only one point. They've spread the fire. They should focus Alvaro here. Oh, that's a disaster. BWP2 not in good shape. Well played, X-Pain, exactly. Well played. Yeah, they've managed to finish Alvaro. 2 points for BWP2. 2 points for them.
They gave themselves a chance.
Yeah. 2 points still is better than none, But clearly Hamio did an outstanding job here. One light tank was enough, just even without much damage, it was enough to hold them back and split them tanks to screw the great plan, great tactic, because it was a difficult session. If all 5 tanks would get there, I can't see how X-Pain could get out of that. But when they were separated in crossfire, and that paid off for X-Pain well.
And good game from Chera on fire as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
But you're right. And Hamio forcing the Larva and the Nomad to stay put gave X-Pain a very big chance.
Yeah, this is the time they need to sort out everything in 5 minutes, and they couldn't just because of that. Let's see what kind of setup we see on BWP side for attack. They're still on favor of the heavy tanks.
Well, and we've seen BWP in the past more than willing to play mediums and light tanks, even when defending.
Yeah, but X-Pain now check. Oh, that's interesting setup. Oh, I think that they are gonna defeat BWP with their own sword, I would say.
Yeah, 5100 just needs to get one kill, and he will have done his job.
Exactly, and X-Pain needs only 3 kills to win that game, so it's not much.
Not much at all, with 2 autoloaders.
Exactly. BWP, Simon IS3, Merpak T32, Rudy 50 TP prototype, Dobry Duszek, Lev Black, and Benek Nomad. So they did not change up their roster, but X-Pain did some changes, and Hamio T69, Alvaro Riza, Pierreimo Victoria, Dinford IS3, Sharon Fire, Carnarvon, Francisco MX5100. So they got 2 autoloaders, T69 and MX5100. They got outstanding performing in our battles. Primo Victoria. They've got IS3 with good armor and Carnarvon. It's better that than nothing. I actually don't know why people pick up the Carnarvon in that game. I think this tank is underperforming pretty much.
It's an interesting choice because you can play, for example, a Huntsman or a Primo Victoria, and it has the same kind of turret and a lot of the same armor as the Carnarvon, except the mediums are obviously
but you're getting the mobility, and apart of that, you're getting the better accuracy and reload,
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
So I think
that both teams in the same area.
I think the trade-off, those 150 HP, is much better when you pick up the mediums instead of the kind of but that is nothing. They are pushing really hard, and tracked, nice shot. Alvaro Jack, but Shera managed to cover him, and they've got four tanks here. Only ISP stayed behind, and now that's a shootout. What an awesome Benek is done! Yeah, immediately 1 point. This gonna really bad for BWP there.
Simon's almost done now.
Francisco finished, so 5100 has been done. Yeah, but Simon's is like 100 HP left.
He needs to fall back.
We just seen an awesome ricochet from Primo Victoria. These tanks really do an amazing job. That's it, like I said, Primo Victoria doing an amazing job. That's 2 points. One more tank, they're gonna lose one more tank, and they lost the game.
Oh,
it's 2-2 already. Dobry Duszek on the end, there's a push IS3 with full HP, ready to punish them. Alvaro still with 20 HP, getting a bit, Rudy is pushing him, but that won't help. That would help. That's 3 points. That's 3 points. That's the game for. He's doing whatever he can. Yeah. Oh, they've lost the tanks, but that's 3 points. And there is Dreamford with 1500 HP, full HP. And Hamio just reloaded and punishing Rudy. Rudy, one more shot. That's it. Rudy has been done. And Merpak only 4 points for X-Pain. That's it. That's clearly what we were talking about. I don't know why BWP changed from the mobile tanks to them slow tanks, and this didn't pay off for them.
Yeah, this is very unusual because we've seen BWP play a lot better than this.
Oh yeah, and usually they were picking
when they're mobile.
Exactly, mobile tanks like X-Pain just did, and what did X-Pain pick the mobile tanks and just wrecked them. 4 points already, and I'm sure they're gonna get the 5th one. T32 is no match against Ice3.
Oh.
Yeah, this is what I said. Yeah, T32 is absolutely no match for ISP, so this is gonna finish with the exactly 5 points. X-Pain, well played.
Well played.
X-Pain, outstanding performance, 5 points. Although they managed to, the BWP managed to destroy 4 of the tanks, but that doesn't help you on the defense. You need to prevail as many tanks as possible and kill as much as you can on attack. Great game, and X-Pain in great performance here, outstanding performance of all players. As I said, you pick up the proper tanks, you execute the tactics you want, and that's what happens. You win.
Yep. Like you said, very interesting. The BWP went away from what they've been doing the last several weeks.
They were clearly for several weeks using this kind of setup, and they were winning with it. And now they decided to pick something different that didn't work for I think no one yet, and it didn't work for them neither, so I don't know what's happened here.
The only thing I can think of is that this map definitely does make you think that you would want to use heavies instead of lights and mediums, but I mean, BWP did it last week on Siegfried line, even though most of the other teams played heavies. BWP's always shown to play mobile tanks instead of heavies, so very interesting.
Yeah, definitely that was something absolutely new for us to watch.
Yeah.
And
now this will be a good match too.
Yeah, this is gonna be something really great as well. Let's see how the main team from BWP is gonna play this time. This is interesting as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, main team from BWP already in a room.
And you can see both teams already present.
Yep, both teams already present. Yeah, exactly. It's 5 minutes before time, a bit more than 5 minutes before time. Great shout out for Isuzu for a host. Thank you very much, mate. We appreciate your support. Isuzu is our website admin. He helped us host the website for CPL. He is more on the technical side, so great shout out for him. And thank you for the host. Great shout out for all our viewers on Twitch that are watching us live. Tonight we've got a special guest. Alpha Seth is on me co-hosting commentary for that games. We got first game behind us. X-Pain against BWP2, X-Pain team against BWP Academy. X-Pain won 5-2, and now we're gonna go to see Prostoclan against Be Wild and Party main team. They got still about 4 minutes to prepare before we're gonna roll out them and see how they were gonna play that.
Two of the top teams in CPL this season.
Yeah, what do you think, Seth? Who would you bet on if you would like to bet? You know, who's gonna win? Who do you predict that's gonna win this one?
I don't know. See, my team hasn't.
I'm not talking about the round, you know. Yeah, I'm not talking about the round, about the game. Yeah, let's say who is gonna win, because you know now BWP is on attack. They may destroy one tank, and the Prostoclan may not destroy any in the round. So just who's gonna win? You think?
I honestly, I think this is just gonna be a really good match. I think I could see either team honestly winning. I really could. I think both teams are really good. Leone hasn't faced BWP's main team yet, so I can't say that, but I can definitely say that both teams are quite strong and both teams are more than capable of getting the 5 points.
You know, I think that if Prostoclan took their lesson and they've took to heart what they could, they've thought out all the time for a proper training. They know already how BWP plays, yeah, so they could prepare for some kind, like stuff that you can see for every week, so they could clearly prepare. They got a chance. But on the other hand, if they, because they do participate in the modern different tournaments, if they will get that, a bit of that influence from different kind of tournaments, and they will try to trade the shots. I think this is not gonna pay off. That's what we've seen just in BWP2. Yeah, they decided to play, stale, slow, and trade off the shots, and it didn't pay off. So I think if BWP stays with the mobile tanks, they're gonna win that. But if not, and Prostokan is gonna, they definitely is gonna. We can see from the Twitch chat, Tigat Lords predict that Prostokan KGR is gonna win that. Oh, we'll see. They got like about a minute and a little more before we start switching us to the spectators, and they can see. But this is definitely gonna be some serious stuff here happening.
Oh, I just noticed. Postal Glen is still needing one more player. They've only got 4 players.
Yeah, they've got 4 players.
Now.
Yeah. I think that maybe there was some kind of issue. I thought they had all 5 players already.
I thought they did too.
Maybe someone had this seat, like disconnections happens. Servers wasn't absolutely outstanding for today because they had some issues with the servers. There was problems with the QEs, and there was some issues, but so far so good.
Yeah, so far so good. And I agree with you. I think it'll be interesting to see it'll be interesting to see what tactics are used by both teams, but it is one thing we've learned is that if you play CPL like it's a 7v7, you will lose.
Yeah, you're gonna fail. Yeah, of course, if the other team is playing more aggressive. Yeah, Prosto's got full team.
Yeah. Oh, yep.
They got their full team.
Not
they got
quite
still a
as
few seconds.
short notice as X-Bane. That was very close for them to only having 4 players too. Lucky for them, that could have made a big difference in their match against BWP2.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely would make a massive difference. Let's see how they are gonna sort the stuff out. We are on time. Let's switch us and let's give guys 60 seconds to pick up the tanks. Come on guys, yep, BWP on their medium setup. Oh, mobile setup on Prostokran as well, interesting. King Tiger here. 50, 100, T32. I understand the choice of T32 on that maps, but maybe.
There are
this is it. This is it. I think that BWP with that mobile on attack may really force them. Of course, that King Tiger is absolutely great tank. It's a sniping tank, mobile tank that can do a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, good penetration, good reload.
Yeah, really good accuracy on the tank, yeah, and it is really mobile tank in compared to stuff like T32, So let's check the rosters, starting from Prostokran, Monster, Defender, Chirurg, T32, Random Bot, 50 TP Prototype, Trainer Carter, King Tiger, Moments, AMX, M449, YBWP, Abby, Primo Victoria, Magellanka, Atomic, Dr. Manhattan IS3, Mario T32 and Hautoneki AMX 5100. So BWP already mobile, 3 mobile tanks, 5100, Atomic, Primo Victoria, T32 have a strong tower and IS3, the standard Russian stuff here. While Prostokran, Defender, T32, 50 TP prototype, King Tiger MX. They only picked out King Tiger as like I think the spotter and the mobile tank. And we can clearly see that King Tiger is pushing forward really quick, is doing the job.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be aggressive it looks like. They're not going to sit back and wait.
No, I think they are cleaning up the flag because they don't want to allow them enemy team to you know get there, and but it took them too long. Yeah, definitely it took them too long. Check on BWP, they have been spotted, they are mobile and they are pushing. Yeah, Abby without any damage. Marzilonka without any damage. Two medium tanks managed to push in and they didn't get any damage. Oh, Marzilonka, bad spot here. He's in the crossfire. He's looking for his position now because there is a King Tiger, like I said, Trainer Carter punishing Abby now. That's what I said, that King Tiger is gonna do the job, and that's exactly what I said, and that's what he's doing. King Tiger is doing a massive damage on them tanks. Ooh, Primo Victoria with ammo damage. Hautaneki already lost half of his HP. I don't know why them tanks stopped here, you know. There was one AMX M4, Primo Victoria and Atomic supposed to push him and finish him off in time. Now they just got out of, they just got rid of HP. They're doing what they can, but that's not enough.
Oh,
and the Prostakan is gonna close them.
Yeah,
from each other.
To see BWP bumping into each other.
Yeah, each other. Yeah. This is like a. There is Manhattan here, but I don't think he's gonna do anything with his route. Oh, that's really but that worked well for Prostokan. Check this out. What happened here? Moment is trying to hide himself because if Mario managed to they got 1 point, at least 1 point. Check Dr. Manhattan with 24 HP.
Wow.
Oh wow. That's a massive difference. I don't know what happened this week with BWP. None of their teams managed to do anything. On the second round, the BWP2 managed to do some good stuff while they were defending, but not enough to win. And wow, what happened here?
Wow.
1 point only. 1 point only. MX5100, no damage at all. Marzilonka in Atomic, no damage at all. Abby managed to do some damage. Mario survived and finished one, like you know what, got one last honorable kill. 1 point for BWP. Oh, this is gonna be some serious stuff they need to do now. I think they need a miracle now because they can't lose any tank if they want to win, or lose only one if they want to tie that.
Yeah.
And this is difficult.
At this point, Postal Clan just needs to push and secure kills now. They just need to. It becomes quite easy for them to do this. All they have to do is 2 kills.
Yeah, exactly. 2 kills and they won.
Yeah.
So I have to admit, both teams are really well prepared if we're talking about getting into the room and sorting out the tanks. So that's we have to admit and say that loud. That works really smooth. And we can see some changes. Let's roll out for that second round. 1 point only. That's how much the leader of the table managed to get. BWP 1 point only in that game. So this is gonna be interesting. Prostokan was telling in a community in Discord they are working hard to make sure they will win as many games as they knew they had a difficult game, but they said they will be training really hard because they want to get themselves in the top. And it seems like
shows.
It seems like that the hard training pays off. BWP, Dr. Manhattan, IS3, Mario T32, Hautaneki, 50 TP prototype, Abipel, Left Black, Marzilonka, IMX M449, while Prostokan, Trainer Carter, King Dragon, Monster Defender, Hero T32, Random Bot, 50 TP prototype, Moments, AMX M449. Now both teams are pretty much slow, not much mobile, only Trainer Carter in King Dragon. That's something that can again be important stuff. That King Dragon in the very beginning of the last round did outstanding job down there. Like I said, this is a mobile tank with a good accuracy, reasonable damage, and this is a mobile tank that can really do some great stuff.
Oh, and we can already see that Postal Clan is doing something very different than every other team has done.
Yeah, exactly.
All the other teams
because
have
I
attacked down
think
the
they've
J
seen,
line.
yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. If it doesn't work, what's the point to push that way, you know?
Yeah.
Trainer Carter in King Dragon. Great stuff. Immediately on position. Oh, on the other hand, this is gonna be difficult as well, you know, to push from that side. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's difficult. Because it's like, no, open wide space and King Dragon spotted. Same with Abby and M449. T32, they've already spotted themselves. No, now, if they're going for the trade-off, that's not gonna work neither. I'm sure about that.
Yeah,
as we already talked, yeah, the trade-off does not work here. The trade-off is not working in the CPL Action 5v5. If they go for the trade-off, they may last, because, you know, BWP is on a great position here.
Oh, they're not. Yeah, they're not interested in trading.
Great play here. Trainer Carter found a place where he can cover from the enemy fire, put the pressure on the flag while everyone focused to get him out of the track. The rest of the Prosto clan forced the enemy team to get into more defensive position.
Yeah, and now
and this is pushing, but Hirurg first, and that's an issue. I don't know. Nice, one point. Random bot defeated. Moments has been defeated as well. But one more point for Prosto, and they won. They know that. And this is gonna happen like that. Abby is nearly finished. Yep, oh, another trade-off, 2-2, but that's 2 points for Prosto Clan. They already own that match. Random bot still with full HP. King Dragon, Trainer Carter again full HP. They managed to get rid of the monster. Trainer Carter finish off M449, and that's 3 points for Prosto Clan already. They're trying to push Trainer Carter. I don't think they bother much. They focus fire Dr. Manhattan. They're going for another point. Yeah, this is important. They focus fire on Dr. Manhattan. That's what they have to do. This is their main focus. Well played. Check Trainer Carter. He doesn't bother at all about. Yeah, that's what I said. He didn't bother at all about Hataneki. He knew he need that point. That's what only is important. You can die. You sacrifice your tank, but you get that point. You secure that kill.
Played.
Yeah, well played for Trainer Carter here.
That's well played. They secured an extra point just by doing that. They didn't need the extra point.
Yeah, but
they got it.
They didn't need it in that match, but you know, it still may pay well in the end, yeah, because they are not the team in the first place, so they need every single point they can get. Oh, what a bad shot from Random, but Hataneki did a bounce as well. There was another ricochet, so last seconds here. Oh, ricochet.
Oh.
And Hataneki, I think he's gonna get him. Yeah. No! Again! Nope. I can't believe it.
The two
Oh, nice one! That's not enough. He won't have enough time. He barely managed. That was. Oh no! I can't believe it. Another ricochet. 2-1. Will he manage? Yeah, he managed! Last second, 5 points for Prosto Clan. Wow. Outstanding game. A lot of ricochets, bounce shots, but outstanding game at the very end. He managed to close that game with 5 points. That's where sacrifice from Trainer Carter who pays off really well now. That's what we're doing. That's exactly how we did. Oh, well played, Prosto Clan. They're in a good shape now.
They are. That was well played.
We can say that in that round BWP didn't play well because as you can clearly see, Autoneki in 50TP prototype 3637 damage, outstanding damage, but that's not enough. There's only one tank that was doing damage, yeah. Left black Epipel, that's really better. The lefts are usually not performing well. There's another tank I do not understand why people are picking up. Maybe because they cannot pick something else, but like Lords, Tigan Lords predicted, Prostokan won, and they won really strong that one, 5-1, outstanding performance. Wow, I'm surprised what we've seen, but that was a really good game, and that was a good game to watch.
Yeah, it was. It was very well played by both teams. It's surprising again. BWP again goes away from what has been working for them all of CPL. I'm surprised that they went away from what's been working for them and they went with something different, just like their academy team did, and it didn't pay off either time.
Yeah. Oh, we've got some serious break now because the games were quick, so we got about nearly half an hour now. Yeah, so we got some serious break here, but we can use it really well. Another game we're gonna see fight to the end knockup against Brutal PL, BRU.
Surprise! I'd say Brew has been the surprise team of CPL so far.
Yeah, exactly. They were. And this is like this is the team that's an underdog. Nobody thought this is gonna happen. Nobody thought that we're gonna see the team that's fresh and new to the competitive scene is gonna rock out so hard. So this is gonna be interesting. Knockup is the clan that is a really old clan. They've got, I think, nearly 2.5 years. I think somewhere around that. They were well known on the competitive scene, and maybe they didn't, like hit at the tops, but they were active, so they played quite some time together. They know each other. While Brutal just came out from nowhere and hitting up the top of the table, so this is gonna be interesting as well.
Yeah.
This is definitely gonna be. Oh, this is 8 week. We still got lots of time and a lot of the games till the end of the season. So this is still a lot of stuff that's gonna happen. The league table may still look absolutely different because it's like we're in the half of what happened here. Maybe BWP after tonight didn't lose their lead, but KJR Prostoklan top up to the second place already with that win against BWP. So well played. X-Pain is now on a third place and managed to them two teams, Prostoklan and X-Pain, managed to throw out BWP2 from the second place up down to fourth. If Brutal is gonna win, he's gonna jump off. Let's say if they win, they're gonna put up all them teams down and get the second spot in the league. So this is a great big game, important game for Brutal. While Knockup securing the 10th position, if they're gonna defeat Brutal, they hope on to the top 8 spots. That's prize spots. This is important game. Let's see. We're gonna see some serious stuff here. This is definitely something like I said. The trade-off doesn't work. Like we see, the teams sort out themselves on two sides and nothing happens. But when the team decide to attack and they can execute the attack, everything's connected well. They can execute the stuff. They can really well played. Team Leoni, we've got a question, what position is Team Leoni? Team Leoni is currently at 9th, so they are one spot behind the prize and pretty far from the top, I have to admit. It's like about they've losing 10 points to the current leader, BWP. It's not something they cannot catch up. They already can, because that's, like I said, it's only 8 weeks and we still got another few long weeks before us, and there will be a lot of the games, a lot of the matches, so they can still catch up to the first position.
Still a lot of time left, but
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
and
see that this week a lot of changes.
yeah,
A lot of teams gained ground on BWP now because of that last result. BWP's lead is definitely not as big as what it was.
oh yes,
Obviously, they're still in first place, but not by as much anymore.
exactly. This is what happens here. This is this is not like if they will, like think, oh, let's we are winning for so long time, we can go easy on them. It doesn't work like that, and we can clearly see it doesn't work like that.
Nope.
Nope, it didn't. It didn't work for both the teams. They took some break and it didn't work well. No, BWP on week 9 is gonna play against Leonie. so if they gonna like feel too strong like they did already, it may went really bad for them and really well for Leonie.
I have a feeling that BWP will be very focused for next week. I'm sure that BWP will have learned from this week, and if anything, they will be fully focused for next week. It will be.
You
it
guys,
won't be.
you guys definitely were gonna have a hard time next week against Raider. But what's important? First of all, we're gonna play the game next week on a fan favorite, on a prize favorite, Sandstorm, but on the map Sand River, but on the version of Sandstorm, which is specific. It was. Highly priced. It's difficult. It's much more difficult to watch that map in the Sandstorm, but it's absolutely outstanding what happens on that game. Because you really need to get them tanks really close to each other if you want to play. So this is like a special map. It's absolutely outstanding what happens on that map, and this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, Sandstorm will definitely be one of those maps where shooting from a distance is not an option. Sniping is not going to be.
It's not gonna work. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And this is important because on that map, you can, in theory, I'm just putting an empty hypothesis. You can pick up the heavy tanks, because you hope that when you're on defense, you hope that enemy is gonna get close to you and you're gonna trade off. So who's gonna get a better armor and more HP is gonna win. Yeah. But on the other hand, if the enemy will pick up only the light tanks in that game mode where there's a special situation with your visibility and spotting, the enemies who can pick only light tanks may outsnipe you. You will not be able to do anything on the map. 5 tanks against 5 heavy tanks and they will just outsnipe you. You will do absolutely nothing against them.
Yeah. It definitely presents its own challenges. You can hope that you can get them in close, like you said, and use a larger health pool and more damage. But if the other team picks tanks that can outspot you, then you'll never get that chance. Yeah,
this is important because difference between the spotting range on that map on the Sandstorm between the light tanks and the heavy tanks is massive. It's absolutely massive difference, yeah. And you can, because we got them circles and the radiances on the map, whoever is training, he can see the difference. How far? What's the distance for the light tank and what's the distance for the heavy tank? So to say it simple, heavy tanks on Sandstorm are just blind.
Yeah. There are some heavy tanks that have above average spotting.
Oh, we've seen that already, like a King Tiger or something like that. Yeah, them German tanks are well on about that. Yeah, but in general, if you pick up even if you pick up them, you still won't have a chance against the team who's gonna play you with, let's say, 3 or 4 light tanks or 5 light tanks or 3 or 4 light tanks and some mediums. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
they will be able to just stay in one position and shoot you, and you will be able to do absolutely nothing because you won't be able to fire him back. Because you won't be able to spot him. And you can't catch him in a heavy tank because he's so mobile that he can clearly run out and he still can see you and shoot you and you can hit him. This is interesting map. I'm really interested what's gonna happen next week. Ghost Town is a
And
good
with
map.
all the hills.
Yeah, we clearly see Ghost Town is a good map. I think that I'm not sure. Really, I'm not sure if the base on that map is in a proper position. To be honest.
It's in a fairly odd position. Some of the maps have definitely presented challenges. I'd say, I mean, Ghost Town, when we played, it definitely, you don't really feel like you can really do much with the base being there. We saw, though, that Kaija did use the base to their advantage a little bit. I don't think you can capture the flag or, capture, but you can use it to your advantage.
Yeah, what they did?
But
They put the
yeah,
King Dragon because BWP didn't finish off all the walls, and King Dragon, which was the mobile tank, managed to get inside down there, hide behind those walls and a couple of them walls and that building, and that will give a lot of time. That's the pressure. Your tanks need to get out into the range that they can shoot him and get rid of the cover that he's on, because before he couldn't take any damage, they had to destroy the walls, the buildings that they left when they were moving, and they had to do that in quickly, because if they would be late and they would be caught down there from the other side, they would lose as well. Yeah, so it was like a difficult situation. So if you're picking the heavy tanks to do that, it's not gonna work. If that would work, if they would have like a lot of the tanks of the type like Primo Victoria or Atomic and tanks like that are mobile, they can hide their towers behind them, but they are mobile enough to clean up that flag absolutely, and then hide behind that small hills down there. And shoot using them Primo Victoria accuracy and this kind of tanks, from behind. That would work. But no, when you got slow tanks and you barely manage to get down there and you already are pressured, and we have to admit that Prostokan, they took some time to get into the position, so even paid off really well for the Prosto, and they knew what they know, and still they managed to get 5 points. Outstanding what happened down there.
very well played by them. I like that they did something different than what all the other teams have done so far. They went in the opposite direction of everybody else, which is always fun to see, that you can be successful doing things opposite.
So far, nobody was successful doing that from the other side. Yeah? So this is another stuff. Yeah. So attack from the south doesn't pay off, because it's different. If you catch, if you get yourself into the where enemy tanks are down there, you're done. But if you get down there and the enemy tanks are not there, you put yourself in a good position. But to get down there in time, you need mobile tanks.
Yep.
Like them first two tanks that get there, like Primo Victoria and Atomic from BWP, I don't understand why they stopped.
Yeah, they stopped. And if they had kept going, they might have been able to get out of and not take as much damage.
Yeah, they wouldn't take any damage from the King Tiger that was standing in front of the base, and because they would be covered, because they didn't get any damage on when they were moving on there. And there was only one tank against them, and it wasn't like a super heavy armored tank, so they could easily get rid of it with two tanks and force the rest of the team to help him while keeping the team on J8, them heavier tanks, would just punish them tanks that were going for the mediums. That would work, but they stand in the middle and in the crossfire on that J9, the worst point they could choose. And when they decided to push, it was way too late. 200 HP on one tank, 400 HP on another tank, that's not enough. And it didn't work well for them.
Credit to Kaija for realizing where BWP was and managing to keep them pinned in that one little corner. And it was, once you have them pinned in that corner, it was only a matter of time before you got in enough damage because they couldn't escape.
Yeah. What I'm thinking, by judging what happens in that season, it's much better to watch and much more, active. Much more action here on 5v5 on that format that we play against the standard 77, which we inherit basically from WGL, which failed. So we'll see much more action. It's better to watch. It's much more interesting. With rules, we force the team to pick up much more interesting tanks, and we can see that works well. But there's still something we miss, and I'm not exactly sure, but I've got an idea, which after we finish the season 6, we'll go off to some off seasons, and we will be able to test some additional. I think that we could try to do what is widely used in the competitive scene, where there is like different kind of characters. In our case, these tanks. This is pretty common that you ban the characters. In our case, that would be like pick and ban tanks.
Yeah, I mean that's
because there is like we already got a limited pool of the tanks, yeah. And if we allow the team to ban, let's say even one tank, each team can ban one tank. So if they ban one tank, that's gonna change. There will be no more one-trick ponies. You know what I mean, yeah? Because in that case, currently, you can sort out a team that everyone goes for one tank, make absolutely sure he's all great for it, and he's one-trick pony, and all 5 players, all 5 one-trick ponies, playing well play as a team together, is gonna rock. But in the case when you can ban that tank, the players need to get something additional because his tank may be banned. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean, because they do that in Dota and League of Legends. Each team gets to ban certain.
That's everywhere. That's Dota, yeah. League of Legends. That's Rainbow Six. That's Overwatch. That's Paladins. Everywhere. You know what I mean? Because they are different. They are different kind of characters, and we got different tanks here. I can see Love of Games. Cheers for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Love of Games says that it will always be a Russian tank. Yeah, it is the possibility that they may ban the Russian tank, but there is a lot of Russian tanks you can ban. You can ban Defender, you can buy IS3, or anything that's something on that similar. We've seen the massive ammo damage, the biggest ammo damage usually is done by 50 TP prototype. So it's the tank that you can ban as well, you know what I mean? So this is there's like the IS3 build the tanks. So there is like oh, CFox, great shout out to CFox32. CFox32 says Love of Games on Twitch. Great shout out to Leoni Player.
Yeah, hey CFox.
So this is stuff that we can really interesting that could happen here, because it's like, you know, there is a Scourge. There is a Fatherland, which we already know. I'm sure you know that soon it's gonna be changed. Fatherland in IS3 IA. Those are 2 tanks that's gonna become an autoloader soon. They aren't same as on PC. They are different. They are autoloaders, but they've got different stats than on PC. So if someone thinks that this is gonna work like on a PC, it's not. They got different stats already. But they will still be autoloaders, so they will keep their armor, you know what I mean? They will keep their armor, but they will get the autoloaders. So this is tanks that I'm still surprised that people are picking up, in example, on the maps where they are not using much T52, the people are picking like the tanks like Carnarvon instead of an example of Fatherland on IS3A. Yeah, this is like a tank that I would prefer much more than Carnarvon. When you need to pick up, of course, if you pick up IS3, that's reasonable, yeah, because you more likely want to use IS3 or Object 252U AK Defender, yeah, instead of Fatherland currently. But when it will be changed to the autoloader soon, and it's really soon, I can't say exactly, but that's really soon, yeah, that's gonna jump in just couple more weeks, and this is gonna make a difference. You know what I mean? We still can't see any. I still didn't see any Italian autoloaders in our games yet. That's another thing. I understand that people doesn't have a perfect cruise on that, but on the other hand, we've got the Progetto, which is a premium tank, so you shouldn't have any problem with the. Or currently, because people got all lines with the best crew for the tank. So, but strange that nobody picked up the tank. Can't see many mercenaries. We've seen them at the very beginning and they were doing well, but I can't see them anymore. This is another thing, because there are some mercenaries that could really do some serious stuff here.
Yeah.
So there is something that you can pick up.
Oh, absolutely. And like you said, you can ban one tank, you can't ban the country. So even if someone tried to ban a Soviet tank, you would still have too many other.
This is a great idea that I couldn't
choices.
thought. But this is a great idea. Pardon for interrupting you. But that's a great idea. Instead of banning the tank, allow them to ban the country.
That'd be a different story altogether.
Oh. That's exactly, you pointed exactly in the hand points, and there is a message from Bans that would like me to carry to you. He asked me to call you a bonehead.
See, it's okay. He's allowed his opinion. I'll talk to him later.
Yeah, but that's a good thing, and that's exactly what we're gonna test on a off season. We allow the teams to ban the country. That's gonna change absolutely, and this makes sense. You know, two countries that are banned, that makes massive difference. You know what I mean? Massive difference. That absolutely changes you from 1-2 opponent to a player that needs to have a wide variety of tanks, because you've got no clue what country can be banned, and it may allow, like an example, if you ban the, let's say, Soviet tanks, that's all IS-3 type tanks, defenders and so on, is done. You can't pick them up, you know what I mean? If you ban United States, no T-32s, no Patriots, nothing like that can be picked, you know what I mean? That's all of the tanks that you cannot pick on, you know what I mean? If you ban, in example, French, no more AMX M441, no autoloaders from them, so this is important choice. Yeah, this may really work, and this could work out really well for whole competitive scene, because this, like, we were missing something, yeah, and this may work really well. Yeah, this is something that really, and then we're gonna test it off season. This may work really well. This is what we were missing also. We were missing the off seasons. Between each season, we were missing the off seasons, like something like a proper planned games between the teams that are wanna play live and test the new rules, so we could sort it out. And that's what we're gonna introduce. This is the first important thing, off seasons, and that changes that are crucial, and from which esports community on World of Tanks Mercenaries can benefit on.
Yeah, that definitely would mix things up, and that would definitely change things.
Yeah, this is gonna spice up the spell. This is important. I really wonder how often. This is another thing. How often which country could be banned? Because there is, like, you know, a lot of the countries that are picked up now, and we can see that sometimes there's for sure one thing that are chosen always. There is then something from Soviet, and there is something from USA, and usually there's something from French. Yeah. Similarly, if you ban, let's say, a Polish tanks, no more 50 TPs.
Yeah.
Neither premium, neither the 3 ones. Yeah. So it's important stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it would force every player to have multiple countries of tanks that they can play instead of just 1 or 2 countries. They would have to have 2 or 3 just in case.
Yeah, exactly, because
their country gets banned.
You can't anymore, you know, be a one-trick pony. So you gotta spread your skill much more wider. You still can close yourself in, let's say, in a choice of 3 tanks, yeah, but that's not 1 anymore, yeah?
Yeah. I know, speaking for my team, we typically try to make sure that our players have at least 3 to 4 countries of tier 8 competitive tanks, so that depending on which map, we can rotate players and we don't have the same players playing the same tank necessarily.
Yeah, but
For
we
that
can
reason.
yeah. But here we can see that, like, there is some kind of schematic, that we can see few players are playing only one tank, yeah, and that's it. So they
Oh
are
yeah.
like one trick ponies, the one tank absolutely driven to the perfection, yeah. So he's absolutely know every single weak spot on his tank, so he knows exactly how to cover it. He knows every advantage, but that's only one tank. And now if you ban, let's say, the Soviet, that's banning whole lot of the tanks in one shot, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's enough. That's enough if each team will ban before the game one country. And that's a lot of the tanks that ban it, sorted the stuff, and forces the player to go a level up, to go further on, to increase their skills, to increase their awareness, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And increase their variety.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Yeah, Sipox says that no more gold ammo. If there would be no more gold ammo, that could be interesting as well. I'm not saying it couldn't be. I'm not saying it's not a bad idea. Maybe it's something that we should try on. It's not. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. Maybe it would work, but maybe not. Because currently, everyone is using premium ammo, yeah. But maybe you got the point. Maybe using the standard ammo is more important. We will see much more ricochets here, because, as we clearly know, that ammo on the same tier is not as good as using the premium ammo, yeah, where the penetration of every single shell is massive amount of higher than the standard shells. Yeah, that will also force the players to much more better learn about them weak points. It would benefit the players in both cases, yeah, and probably more shots fired would make it much more better for watching for viewers, yeah.
Yeah, that's an idea as well. Or you could do every now and then you could do a special week where this week you can only fire HE or no premium ammo.
It could work, in a off season, yeah, but like in a full proper season, I don't think it could work out,
Yeah.
because you have to have the same rules and same grant for everyone, yeah.
Yeah. Oh look,
And
NoCap
that's
and
it.
Brew are both here. Yep. See what
They've
they.
got 60 seconds now.
Yeah.
They are ready, yeah. And Bro changed, because the PSN allowed the players to change their nicknames. They didn't change nicknames in some massive. They just added the BRU behind the nickname. That means that maybe they are preparing them team for the multi-esports team. This is interesting. So
Yazi.
yeah, it has been picked quite a few times already, because this is a really great tank to pick. It's mobile, it has a massive damage done, so it can do outstanding job when it's well played. So I think people who, there are maps on which you would rather like to ban some specific tank, so you would ban the specific nation for that, you know what I mean? You hope that your tank is not banned, but while you will have to prepare many different tactics for that, because you cannot anymore sort out your tactic for one tank only and for one setup. Let's check the rosters, because we're starting NoCap against BRU. Fight to the NoCap against Brutal.pl. NoCap roster: Przemek IS3, Dr. Kuti T32, Dr. Katon 50 TP prototype, Chinkwan, Carnarvon, Far, Heavy Metal Hero AMX M449, while Brutal, Wierchy, Yazi, Cinsul T32, Wisełka, Emil1, Jigit 53 TP, and Fabian Heavy Metal Hero MX M441. So like I said, there are some tanks that are picked quite often. Like Emil that's not something that's picked often, and this is gonna be interesting. This is the autoloader. This is a Swedish autoloader.
The Emil is definitely an interesting pick. It wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been my first pick, just because the penetration on it is not that
And
good.
he's got some damage already on him. She shot back, but it
Yeah.
didn't work. Yeah, this is like Emil is perfect if you can hold the tank and only get his tower out, yeah, because he's got a good depression, yeah. So they're trading the shots. They're keeping the knock-up occupied while Vierge is getting to the better spot. Let's check what he's gonna sort out with the Yazi here. Yeah, he's using the mobility of the tank to get in the perfect position, while rest of the teams are trading the shots. And Vierge. Time is playing in favor of Knock-up, so Knock-up is gonna...
Yeah.
Is in advantage now. Brew already lost 2 minutes here. They've stopped in the middle of the map and they already lost 2 minutes. Oh, Vierge missed the shot.
And now he's been spotted.
Yeah, and he's been spotted, so no more surprise. When I was setting the Yazi, that was the thing that I didn't like, his accuracy. It's great mobility,
Yeah,
but the accuracy on the tank is not the best, so...
It's not... It's got good armor too, but
Yeah.
like you said, the accuracy...
I think
Brutal is in a tough spot.
Yeah, I think they can't put it together. They just can't find what they would like to do, how to push, you know. Because also Knock-up did something different. They hide themselves in the middle of the map, and there is a Emil on the on the flag, covered. But they are punishing him really well. I don't know why Tinsel is staying so behind. Like I said, T-32 is the tank that I wouldn't pick up. I don't know why teams are picking. It's slow. You see, he cannot react as quickly as possible. He cannot get into the straight fire because he's gonna get all the damage possible on him, because like instead of tanks like Ice Freeze, he doesn't have a strong hull, only the turret.
Oh.
Oh, that's 2 tanks lost by Brew already. No points for them yet.
Yeah.
And they are in a difficult spot. Well played, Knock-up. Jiggy's gonna finish in a few seconds. Yet Jiggy done.
Yeah.
I would put on Vierge. Vierge didn't do much job. He did some damage, but he spread the fire, so there was like no focus, no kills, no points. Whoa! Only Yazi left. And what he can do, he can finish off the Dr. Captain, which is hidden, and Far with Przemek with full HP are going after Vierge. He's got no chance. He can't do anything. He tried to finish Chinquan. That's not enough. Yeah, but that's not enough. Yeah, he's done. No points for Brew in that game. Wow. That was a perfect defense by Knock-up.
Very well defended.
Yeah, well played,
Knock-up.
Yeah, like I said, Yazi did some damage. Yeah, Yazi did some damage, but not enough because it was spread on different tanks. 9 shots, only 6 on target, and only 4 penetrations. So there's lots of here I make some for 6 shots, only 2 on targets, 1 penetration. Same Jiggy, 6 shot, 2 on target. Pisełka, Emil 1, 12 shots fired, 9 on target, no penetrations though. Oh, that's what killed them. 10 shots from T-32, 5 on target, 1. That wasn't play. That didn't went well for Brew. And outstanding performance in that case for Knock-up. Perfect defense. That doesn't happen too often, I would say. And it's something rare when the team can defend themselves without losing a single tank.
Very well done.
Yeah, well played, well played. That means that the only chance Brew that can have is to not lose a single tank now.
Yeah. No pressure.
No pressure, no at all.
Brew looks like Brew is gonna play the same tank setup.
They
Yazzie.
they did it for themselves. So it's like they whatever they did, they prepared the ground for themselves. So the pressure that they got now on them is clearly the pressure they prepared themselves. They could push, focus fire, and get at least 1, 2, 3 points, whatever, but they get none because they've spread them tanks, they spread the fire, and they've shared too much fire at the very beginning, lost a lot of time, over 2 minutes lost, nearly 3 minutes, completely lost. So that's what killed them. This is CPL Action, CPL Season 6 is CPL Action. This is the season where you gotta push or you're gonna get punished for that. And No Cap played it absolutely on there, so it's like the whole table was there. Brew, Wierchy, Yazzie, Cinsulti 32, Wisełka Emil 1, Jigit 53, TP, Fabian, M449, Heavy Metal Hero, like Alpha mentioned, they didn't change the setup, not at all. While No Cap, Przemeka is free, Dr. Kuti T32, Dr. Catman 50, TP Prototype, Chinkwan, Carnarvon, and Far Heavy Metal Hero MX M449. So they did not change setup neither.
Interesting that Brew. The interesting thing is with the Yazzie, you have to have a tank close to it, but you also have to be spread out enough that you don't get the Yazzie spotted all by itself. Yeah, the Yazzie is over there by himself now.
Yeah, but he managed to spot them, so that's enough. That's a good enough position. He only spotted them. Yeah, if he's working like a shot, but that's a boon. That's really a mistake. He managed to allow the enemy team to spot him.
See him, and now they know where he is.
Yeah. They exactly. They see Fabian as well, so I don't think they're gonna push them. I think. Let's see what
those two are too far away from the rest of the team, I'm afraid.
There's Wisełka in the middle. He's been spotted, and let's see that. Yeah, Przemek got some damage, another, but not enough, and that's it. Outstanding push from No Cap. Well played, No Cap. Let's see that. They know what they're doing. They're not standing. You see, BWP did that mistake. They stopped, but they are not stopping. They are pushing. They are not letting Brew to gather the tanks together. They've lost Przemek, but they are punishing Fabian now. Great focus fire here.
All they have to do is get one.
Yeah, 1 point, that's it. And they've got it definitely. What a bad shot by Kuti. T32, bad shot. Another shot. And that's it, 1 point. They already won. Now they need to get rid of some other tanks to get additional points. We can see Dr. Katon here with fighting with Wierchy. So there's another point here for sure. Katon is gonna finish him off. That's definitely what's gonna happen. Wierchy didn't manage to finish him, and that's Mr. Oh no! Katon bounced from Wierchy, so Yazzie managed to prevail, but there is still Kuti here with a lot of HP fighting. 2 points already, and Katon again missed the shot on Wierchy. Wierchy missed the Don Kuti, he finished him. Well played, Kuti. That's a map awareness. He's seen that Katon couldn't penetrate the Wierchy, so turned him off and finished the Yazzie. So that's outstanding what they did here. 3 points for No Cap. Great game here. They push nice. They split the tanks properly. They make sure the Katon keep the Yazzie busy, so he couldn't get on their backs. They focused the fire, and that paid off really well. Although the Kuti in a difficult situation, Katon is not going down there to help him. I don't know why. Not exactly sure why. But Emil is on a reload. Katon is holding T32 now, and Kuti. Kuti decided to pick up T32. If that was a good choice, I don't know, because he's got a quicker, the quicker cannon. It works well, but not enough, I think. Yeah, I don't understand why. My mistake has a chance. Well played, Bisełka here. He's soaking up damage on him, so Kuti can't defeat T32, and that's it. He reloaded, and that's it. He's finished.
Yeah.
3 points, still 3 points. Well played, knock up, great win. Perfect defense, well played attack, absolutely. You know, we can clearly see they knew what they are doing. They went for what they knew what to do.
They could afford to take maximum risk. They didn't need to worry about losing tanks at that point. Just secure enough kills, get one kill, you win, and then go for the rest.
I also mentioned that Dr. Kuti T32, he was playing on the 90mm cannons, so he was shooting really a lot, and that paid off. Even that from 21 shots, only 16 was on target, 12 penetration, so that's over 3k damage, and that paid off. He secured 2 points. He finished off 2 tanks, which, as we can clearly see here on the screen, Dr. Captain on Infinity type managed to shoot 6 shots, 6 on target, but only 2 penetrations. That's a massive amount of damage that bounced. So, yep, well played, good game. Brew did what they could. They've got some nice damage on T32 and Emil as well. Yazi wasn't too bad, but that wasn't enough. And Knockup winning this one 3-0.
And our last match is on the NA server, yeah?
Yes, we're gonna switch the server, exactly.
Yep.
We're jumping on to the NA. I was just updating, I was doing the
I just wanted to make sure before I left.
Yeah, it was switching down there already, yeah.
Well played by NoCap, though.
Oh, yeah.
Being aware of what you need to do to get the win. A perfect defense allows you to just push. They didn't need to sit around and wait and trade shots, just attack.
And that was the win that Knockup needed to get themselves in the top 8, so they've already in a prize position. That was important game for them. It didn't change anything for Brew because the Knockup was so really far behind, but it well played for Knockup definitely, so that gave them some nice points. They didn't lost any, that's important, you know, the small points in a full league matters really a lot, and they didn't lose any point. Perfect defense, that doesn't happen nearly at all, like I already mentioned. This is stuff that happens on rare occasions. So perfect defense while still getting 3 points, and that wasn't important that they lost tanks on the case. They've got secured the great score, that's 3-0. No points lost, 3 clear points, and 3 points for a win. So yeah, well played.
Very well played.
Finally, someone stopped the underdog. This is our last game.
Yeah.
For tonight, I think we could maybe try to do a small surprise. Usually we announce that, but let us prize our viewers, our supporters. I want to use a TD.
Absolutely.
So whoever, guys, our fellow tankers, whoever is watching us, we're gonna give away a premium tank tonight. We're gonna give away T32A Proto. Yeah, I think we're gonna give away a T32A Proto tonight. I'm gonna put a command to the bot soon. Let me just set up the room for next game. This is also gonna be interesting game.
Yeah. All the matches this week have quite a bit of importance for the teams that are playing.
Oh yes, they are, definitely. And the farther on, the games are more interesting, the more important, because it's not like this is in the middle of the season, so we've got that set up and now everyone is fighting. So it is something really interesting what happens here. Okay, room is ready. Room is ready. TNT is already here, getting in. PL as well. So guys are ready. So again, to our viewers, I'm gonna set them guys in the room in a moment. Ragnar's Wrath, welcome on a stream. I'm gonna put a simple command down there. I think that was something like something like that. Yeah! So now type in the chat exclamation mark giveaway. That's what you got to type in the chat. Exclamation mark giveaway. You can see it on the chat. Type it down, and after the last match, we're gonna pick up one lucky winner of T32A Proto Premium Tank Tier 8. So I think this is a really good tank as well. It's good to have it. Just type exclamation mark giveaway. You can see that in the chat what you need to type. Just type it in and we're gonna draw one lucky winner with T32A Proto. Yeah, that's exactly what we can see on chat. That's what you get. So you got some time, you can type in that and you can get yourself a premium tank tier 8. Yeah, PL is already in.
TNT as well.
Yeah, they are in. They still got the moment. Once again, if you would like to get, if you would like to participate in giveaway of T32A Proto, that's autoloader, American autoloader, tier 8 premium tank. Just type exclamation mark giveaway in the chat, as you can see other viewers are doing, and get yourself a chance to grab the tank after the game. More and more people joining in. Try your luck. That's nothing wrong with getting some free tier 8 premiums, yeah? You support the CPL, you support your teams, you support us, we support you as well.
Yeah.
Thank you for a follow for everyone who's joined us, like Ragnar Swarap. Cheers for a follow, thank you for support. And we got just 2 more seconds. Let's let them guys pick up the tanks. Six seconds for TNT and PL. TNT NA Professional World of Tanks Mercenaries PL Panzerlisse. Panzerlisse is the first and the oldest Polish team. Let's see if their age is gonna help them win against TNT.
TNT hasn't picked any tanks yet.
Yep, PL is picking up. Oh, they still got a few seconds left, but we're gonna see that soon.
Another team chooses the Emil.
Yeah, they've got Nomad as well. They decided for everyone's picking T32. I still wonder why they're picking so often. Oh, we've seen that worked for last team because it was on a 90mm gun, so that changed the way how everything worked.
Yeah. The T32 with the 90mm is because of just how fast it reloads.
Yeah, accuracy on that gun, also accuracy on the gun is good, and the penetration is nearly exactly the same as on a bigger gun, so you're not losing much. Yeah, it's even better, I think. Yeah, but the most important thing is that I think the players are not using it because it's really expensive, I would say.
Yeah.
32 premium APCR shells, that's a whole lot of silver to cover, but it paid over 3k HP. Outstanding what he done that. So and securing 2 points, that was well worth it. So it's not like the silver you've lost. So let's check the rosters. TNT, Willy, IS3, Redfish, T32, Old Red Devil, 50 people type, Sergeant Downward, the Tiger 2, Nasty New, Helmet Hero MX M449, Panzerny CPL, Brudnegacie, Defender, Artek T32, Soshik, Emil Ones, Bitmosny, 50 prototype, Avid, Nomad. Yeah, we got some cheating. Let's go TNT. Let's see how TNT is gonna sort out the defense on that map and how PL wants to approach that. We've seen different approaches already. I remind our viewers, we've got a giveaway going on. Just type exclamation mark giveaway in the chat to get yourself a chance for T32A Proto. Hopefully we're gonna see some interesting stuff here. Oh, they're bouncing here. That's interesting how they decide to put. Nobody did that yet. They've been spotted already. They've bounced. They've lost themselves. Definitely, there was some miscommunication here happened. Yeah, that was a miscommunication. They are standing in the open. Mostly in the front. Well played, mostly here. They knew what they are doing. Yeah, but they are pushing on. Although Nomad is in the front instead of Defender. I don't know why Defender stayed behind. But well played, great focus fire from pure TNT in a difficult situation. Oh no, 1 point already. Well played PL here. Big mistake from TNT. Really got punished for that mistake. They managed to focus Artek. He gets some damage, but that's not enough. They need to finish him off. As you can clearly see, the Artek is also using 90mm gun, so he's shooting really quick, doing a lot of damage. War that is supposed to help them focus Artek. Artek is a one shot and he's gone, but he's still doing damage. They spread the damage on Bitmosny and Artek. That's a massive mistake, and they lost War Daddy already. Redfish in a difficult spot now. Yep, he's been punished. Again, damage has been spread. You see, this is the issue. TNT did not decide to focus fire. Oh, they've got mostly sorted, but that's not enough. 3 points for PL already. Nasty New is being next one. Is gonna be focused. That's for sure, because the 50 prototype has got the best armor here. But Artek on one shot, they need one shot on Artek. Oh, Nasty New ammo rack damage and blown off. Whoa. So there's only see, check what is doing Old Red Devil. He's shooting to Avid Nomad instead of finishing Artek. What the mistake. 5 points for PL here. Only one tank destroyed on defense by TNT. Oh, Panzerny played it really well.
Yeah. That was good focus fire from Panzer.
Yeah, absolutely. PL focus fire and outstanding accuracy here on Nomad by Avid. 10 shots fired, 10 on the target, and 10 penetration. That's 100% accuracy. Like I said, 90mm again worked for T32, and great accuracy of good Negative. 6 shots, 6 on target, 5 penetration. So that worked really well. Well, he didn't manage to do anything because he was focused as the first one, so quickly got rid of. What's worth to mention, great performance by the War Daddy here. 11 shots, he got 11 shots from the enemies, and he managed to bounce 5 of them, which clearly means that the well-played Tiger 2 is the tank that can ricochet some shots. But that wasn't enough because they spread the fire so much on so many tanks, it didn't work well. Now they put themselves, now they are under pressure. They need 5 kills if they want to tie.
Yep.
What's worth to mention that PL executed the attack that no one else did that way yet.
Through the middle.
Yeah, through the middle, exactly. In a wide open zone. They took a risk, they went through the wide open, and it worked.
It absolutely did. It just shows that if you stick to your plan and if you focus your shots and if you focus your fire, just about any strategy can work. We've
Yeah,
seen
and
Kaija make it work going down one side. We've seen other teams make it going down the other side. And now we've seen PL make it work going straight down the middle.
yeah, that's it. Pierre had, I think, 2 or even 3 weeks breaks because they had like a match that were scheduled for them. Was some teams that decided to withdraw or was removed from the CPL from the season, so they had a lot of time for training, and looks like it paid off. What they did definitely, they've learned themselves that you cannot trade the shots here. You must attack. You must push here. As soon as you start trading shots, it never gonna pay well.
It pays well for the team that defends, but definitely if you're
Not
the
for
attacking
attacking.
team,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, the defending team, if you can force the attacking team into a trade, that's when you have the advantage.
Yeah, and I can't see any special changes. Still Budnegachi defender, Artek T32, Sosik Emil 1, zbyt mocny 50TP prototyp, Abitex, Nomad, Willy IS3, Redfish T32, Old Red Devil 50TP prototype, War Daddy Tiger 2, Nasty New AMX M449 version Heavy Metal Hero. Yeah, cheer harder, guys. That's what the Twitch says. Cheer harder. Cheer harder. Oh, heckle them as well. I don't know if you know. There was like in Australia there is some stuff happens in the esports scene, and in the same avenue there are two different tournaments happens. One is for Overwatch, one is for CS:GO. And what happened down there? Players of the Overwatch teams, while the games were at the same time, were shouting, "CS:GO F you, CS:GO F you," and they were so loud, so vocal that nobody could hear commentaries, casters, no one. Absolutely outstanding focus fire from PL. I can't believe what's going on here. Whoa! This kind of attack from that side, from north, didn't work well for TNT. PL in great shape. Outstanding focus fire. Although they got some reload now, they've punished TNT really much for attack. 2 tanks already lost TNT in difficult situation. Wow! And PL on defense, I think they are gonna push them. Yeah, they're pushing Mocny on the front so they can cover the Emil 1. They can cover Avidex. For the time of the reload, they're pushing out the heavy tanks in front. They got T32 spamming the shells after shells. Rack damage on Nasty. Wow, what's happened here? Well played, PL. There was nothing much that TNT could do here.
TNT. Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow!
Perfect
PL
defense.
defense and all the Polish team. Well played tonight. TNT and a professional World of Tanks Mercenaries team didn't show us anything here. I think they must focus much more on training. They've had some good moments in the first round, but I think the score undermined them and it didn't work. They pick a bad tactic. They pick a bad side and they couldn't put it on. They hesitate and that killed them. You can't hesitate when you push.
The interesting thing is they chose to push, but where they chose to push from is also the side they pushed through the biggest wide open space. So pushing through there, they put their tanks in the wide open for quite a long time, and PL punished them. They punished the I don't know if the IS-3, the IS-3 only got one shot off before he was destroyed. That PL did a good job.
Oh yeah, PL played that really well. Clearly they did their homework, yeah? They did their homework.
The interesting thing is TNT did practice this week twice against Actually, twice against my team. And I can honestly say that's the first time I've seen them attack through there. That in all the practice matches we did with them, they never attacked through there. So I I wonder if they made too many changes at the last minute and it cost them, because in all of their practice rounds they didn't do that.
Yeah, interesting. Before that game, PL was on 11th position and TNT was on a 7th position. But just after that game, PL advanced up to 9. It didn't change anything for TNT. They are still keeping their 7th position spot, but they are getting farther and farther from the top teams. So that's interesting what happened. Just a quick reminder for our viewers, last minute, to type into the chat exclamation mark giveaway to get yourself a chance to grab yourself T32A Proto tier 8 premium tank. I don't have it in a garage, so I cannot show it, but you can check how good that autoloader is. Common and quite enjoyable tank to play. So this is just last hit up. We just summarize some a bit today with Alpha, and we're gonna draw the winner. So Seth, what do you think about today?
Yes. I think today was very interesting. We saw a lot of upsets. A lot of the lower ranked teams were able to beat the higher ranked teams, which shows that any given week, any team can win.
Definitely, we clearly seen that knockup after a streak of loss pull themselves together and won. We've seen PL pull themselves together and won with outstanding score. This is important because that outstanding score that happened here, you know, I mean, it's like knockup that's not losing at all and gaining 3 points. PL that's not losing at all and gaining 5 points. That's something that wow, clearly wow. Yeah, this is what's supposed to happen every single time, every single game. This is important what we can see here. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised how did this work. So we had a great games. A lot of the teams from the bottom table seen the mid and top teams. We've seen leaders losing tonight. So definitely there is some stuff happening. It's not like UK. This is, to be honest, the most of the loss was like, I think the teams felt too comfy, you know. I would even use the word too cocky. Not to you know, I don't want to insult anyone, just like, no, they feel too sure about their skills, and looks like it doesn't pay off. You cannot be too sure about everything. Yeah, you gotta consider every single stuff that can happen. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there definitely this week shows that any given week, players from any team can win. A lot of the lower ranked teams were able to win this week, which it didn't change a whole lot in the table, but it definitely made some of the gaps a lot smaller.
Oh yeah, definitely. Some of the gaps got smaller, some got bigger. You know what I mean. So this also makes difference. Yeah, like, you know, Prostokane that's getting themselves on the second spot. Yeah, we've seen outstanding games tonight. We've sorted out thanks to our discussion in a break. We've sorted out some good stuff, so we will be able to put some news on our Discord channel. So whoever is not yet on our Discord channel, guys, get yourself on our Discord channel, chat with us, put your ideas down there, discuss with us what's happening, get yourself the biggest news. Follow us on Twitter. That's the place where we put the most info as often as possible. Follow us on Twitter, CPL Esports _. Follow us on Twitter. We are trying to show our teams which trying to lead you to our teams, to our players, which trying to lead you to most news in esports and in World of Tanks console mercenaries. I think this is gonna be all for tonight. I'm gonna join our viewers here just for a second more before we finish the stream, and we're gonna pick up the winner of T32A Proto. And that's Ragnar's Wrath 99. T32A Proto goes to Ragnar's Wrath T99. This is where the 32A Proto goes. I'm gonna send you stay with me for it to become longer, Ragnar's. Oh yeah, the map is crazy as well. Yeah, well, the viewer says that the map is crazy, and that may have a little to do with it. Yeah, this is map is crazy. I think that the spot of the flag is not exactly the perfect place.
No.
To be honest,
Yeah.
in that game, I think the spot's supposed to be much more closer into the center of the map.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would completely agree with that.
Because it doesn't matter for the team where they spawn. You can just move, you can just clearly move the spawn spots for defending teams, so they can get themselves into the position quicker. You know what I mean? And put even that in the very middle and allow that to be much more close quarter, but much more even for both teams. Because putting the spot more closer into the ghost town center opens a lot of the spots from which you can attack, and makes you open for much more tactics that you can perform down there. Although we still seen some different options to attack and defend, but not as many, because like that being said, the most often picked was the south, and it didn't pay off. Probably it works on 7v7, it didn't work on 5v5.
Yeah, it definitely didn't work in 5v5. I'd say the most successful attacks were the ones that went through the middle of the map and the ones that went through the north of the map.
Definitely. Well, although now all the teams seen what happened, all the teams know what happened, so they can clearly, take that into their hearts and adjust themselves for next week, which is gonna happen on Sun River Sandstorm, and there will be a lot of the close, much more close quarter battle than we already seen. Even that Sandstorm is an open map. The Sandstorm down there on the Sun River makes it that you need to get really close to the enemy teams to get them visibility, so you can shoot.
It'll be interesting to see what tanks teams pick, since Sandstorm can make things very difficult.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I think this is the end of the transmission. I'm gonna just send the premium tank T32A Proto for Ragnar's Ref 99, and thank you very much everyone who was watching us. Thank you very much for joining us, for cheering your teams, for cheering your favorite. Nobody did heckle, so there was no booing like in Overwatch in Dallas Homestead, where when any team get against the Dallas, it was like boo, which is normal heckling. Yeah, that's a sports. That's what happens when you go in a home and away team, and when you are away and the home team is going out, it's normal that the away team is gonna get booed.
Yeah.
That's something that happens everywhere in the world. That's not new. That was pretty loud stuff because it never happened yet on the esports scene, but that's what happens when there is a home and away play.
Yeah. It was definitely very interesting for me to be able to sit back and watch versus playing. It's a much different perspective, and I appreciate the opportunity to join you.
Thank you very much. It was great to have you here. Thank you very much, Alpha Sef. Thank you to our viewers. Hope to see you next week, same time. Join us wherever you play that night, wherever you're not, where you just friend of your teams, you just jump in. Join us. Hopefully we sort something out as well for next week for your viewers to help you enjoy your time. Again, thank you very much. The most spamming you with a lot of the stuff was DragPL and our co-host tonight, special guest Alpha Sef. Thank you very much and good night.
Thank you. Have a good night.